Will we know our family in heaven? The Bible strongly suggests that we will recognize and be reunited with our loved ones in eternity. In 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 12, Paul says, "For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known." This points to the fact that our understanding in heaven will be complete, not less, but more, implying deep personal recognition. In Matthew chapter 17 verses 1 through 4 during the Transfiguration, the disciples saw and recognized Moses and Elijah, men they had never met before. This shows that identity remains intact even in a glorified state. In Luke chapter 16 verses 19 through 31, Jesus tells the story of the rich man and Lazarus, where the rich man in torment recognized both Lazarus and Abraham across the divide. It's a strong indication that memory and identity are retained after death. Paul also comforts believers in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verses 13 through 18, reminding them that we will be caught up together with those who have died in Christ, and we will be with them forever, not as strangers, but as people we know and love. And in Revelation chapter 6 verses 9 and 10, the souls under the altar cry out to God about the injustice they experienced on earth, showing that even in heaven, they remember their lives and identities. Altogether, these passages paint a hopeful picture. We will know, love, and rejoice with one another in the presence of God, not just as fellow worshipers, but as recognizable souls bound together by faith and memory. The Bible continues to reveal that individual identity is preserved in heaven. In Matthew chapter 8, verse 11, Jesus says, "Many will come from the east and the west and will recline at the table with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven," clearly showing that these patriarchs are still recognized by name and identity in the afterlife. Similarly, in Luke chapter 9, verses 28 through 33, during the Transfiguration, the disciples saw Moses and Elijah speaking with Jesus and recognized them, despite never having met them in life. This strongly suggests that recognition extends beyond this world. In Philippians chapter 3 verses 20 and 21, Paul explains that Christ will transform our lowly body to be like his glorious body. After his resurrection, Jesus was recognized by his followers, indicating that our glorified bodies will retain our personhood. This is further confirmed in John chapter 20 verses 14 through 16, where Mary initially doesn't recognize the risen Christ. But once he calls her by name, she immediately knows it is him. This illustrates how personal connection and familiarity remain even in a transformed state. In Revelation chapter 7 verses 9 and 10, John sees a great multitude from every nation, tribe, people, and language, each still distinct and recognizable, yet unified in worship before God. Finally, in 2 Samuel chapter 12 verses 22 and 23, King David expresses faith that he will see his deceased child again, saying, "I will go to him, but he will not return to me," showing a strong belief in personal reunion after death. All of these passages point to one truth. In heaven, our memory, identity, and relationships are not erased, but redeemed. While relationships may take on a different form, as Jesus notes in Matthew chapter 22 verse 30 regarding marriage, the Bible makes it clear, we will know and be known in the presence of God.